third time that I've tried to film this, putting the sunroof up, so I still have anxiety. It's one of the mental illnesses I deal with. I feel safer when the windows are up, but the sunroof can be down. Is that weird? Whatever. Proud to be weird. It's August 20th? Let me check my calculator watch right here. It is. It's August 20th, 2021, and I just wanted to give myself an update on the channel so I can look back on it and be like, oh, that's where I was at on August 20th, 2021. Yeah, it's crazy. Earlier, you know, I was in a kind of a bitchy mood, you know what I mean? But I've settled down. I ate, you know, I've eaten, you know, I've thought about things a little bit, and now I'm a little bit more calm. So I want to redo this. Check this out real quick though, guys, okay? I mean, the normal lights are on. That's no big deal. The car's been running fine. It's in park, but do y'all see? Can you see this right here? Here's the motor light or whatever. I'm gonna step on the gas. Now it starts to blink, okay? Still having issues with the car. That literally just happened. Like 5 seconds ago. Like, I've had no issues the past couple of days with the car, which is, I guess, where we will start, because the last video I made was about fixing the car, and also the live stream where I almost got jumped. The car, I thought I had fixed it. The issue kind of kept coming up. I replaced a part, ran for a couple days, was good. Same issue popped back up, so I was like, what the heck? And then it stopped doing it, and then the past couple of days it's been driving fine, and then it just came back up again. Can't catch a break with the car. A lot of y'all have been saying, Jay, get a Prius or something like that. My credit is not the best, okay? And I'm not about to just buy an older vehicle for like $5 grand or something like that for it to just break down on me again a year or two from now. And so I'm kind of just in a tricky spot, because I need to get into something brand new. Like, I'm tired of dealing with all of this stuff. But credit is, I'm in the process of fixing that. Matter of fact, this is not a plug. I'm not sponsored by these people, but I found this thing called Self.inc. Okay, I'll leave it down in the link in the description. If you want to use it, please use my code. And it'll give me like 10 bucks or something, I don't know. But more importantly, it could be helpful to you. It is for me. Essentially, it's a savings account. Every time you deposit a certain amount of money into it every month, it hits your 3 credits, and it helps build your credit, and you save money at the same time, and at the end of the year you get all that money back and you can use it as a credit card. It's a good deal, okay? That's just if you want to do that, you know. I'm in Santa Barbara, okay? I came back over here because I got burnt out of Los Angeles really quickly, and it's just hotter over there. And I came back here not to spend more time and to have fun and just live life, but to film a couple of videos. And then I was gonna jet and then do the same thing in San Diego, and then from there go and do something else with my life, because I'm experiencing burnout right now, you know? Like, I still enjoy making videos, but at the same time I don't really like filming them, and sometimes I don't like editing, and you know, it's been difficult for me to put out a lot of content, and I've just been taking the time to kind of reflect, you know, just work when my car actually runs, and do a lot of research. You know, I've been hungry for knowledge lately, but more on that in a second. You know, in the last live I almost got jumped. I just wanted to clear some things up. Resolved right now. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do anything about it. I'm over it now, like it's whatever. But there were a couple of people that were pretty concerned, and it was definitely a real situation that happened that you know, that was the first time for me. I saw a lot of comments that were saying finally got to experience a little bit of, you know, the negative side of Los Angeles there in Inglewood. It was pretty sketchy, but I'm happy I'm okay. Essentially what happened is the dude came up behind me and tried to steal my skateboard, and I just ripped it out of his hands, and then we kind of just, you know, talked shit for a second. And, you know, I started to walk away. I didn't want to cause a scene or anything. And he kept following me and was like, I'm pissed, I'm pissed, I'm pissed. And I'm like, what are you pissed off about? And he's like, I'm just pissed. And I'm like, okay, dude, well, I don't, you know, he's like, swing at me. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to hurt you. I don't have time for this, man. And I asked him if he was hungry. because I mean, maybe he was homeless or was having a bad day or something. And I was like, I got snacks in my backpack, dude. And he was like, no, I'm pissed off. And he just kept following me. And I'm like, okay, this is just sad, you know what I mean? And eventually I'm like, dude, just walk away. And eventually we just went our separate ways. But that was the extent of it, you know. So yeah, I came back here, and now my car's doing this, and I have been hungry for knowledge. Going back on what I was saying earlier, just trying to really figure out what I want to do with myself moving forward, because I'm sick of where I'm at, and I want to grow, and I want to try and figure something else out that is new, you know. I don't want to be comfortable anymore, you know what I mean? And so I've really been trying to educate myself a little bit. I've been reading books, I've been listening to podcasts, and there was one thing, kind of to go off topic for a second, that really stood out to me. You know, because I was the kid that grew up in high school, elementary, middle school, and all that stuff, not really paying attention because of my mental illnesses and having learning disabilities. It wasn't until I got out of school that I started to learn. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but that's when I wanted to start learning. You know, when I was in school, I was too busy trying to be happy, trying to not be so depressed and chill with friends and get through it. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. But I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast with this woman named Yeonmi Park. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Immediately, the first 5 minutes of the podcast, I'm like, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Okay? It's this woman that is from North Korea, and she escaped. Joe was like, I watched you on Jordan Peterson's podcast. That was an extremely intense conversation, and so I went and watched that. And it was just this incredible, mind-boggling. I got so pissed off, I literally cried a couple of times watching this. Yeonmi Park, just the things that she went through to escape North Korea, escape China, to get back to South Korea, to eventually end up in the States. It's just a remarkable, it's just insanity, and I don't feel like it's being talked enough about, you know what I mean? I would suggest doing your research and looking into it, because it had such a big impact on me. Yeonmi Park has a YouTube channel. She also has a book called In Order to Live that tells her story. And guys, seriously, like, just check it out. She's got a story. Checking my notes here. Yeah, so before I left Los Angeles to come back here to Santa Barbara, you know, I was just doing some work and doing my thing, trying to fix the car. Well, my dad was hiking Yosemite, drove 8 hours to come and visit me, which was freaking insane. Hey, there he is. How's it going? So basically, the first night, you know, we didn't have much time. I just showed him the Santa Monica Pier, and then I was like, how are we gonna sleep? What are we gonna do for sleep? And he was like, I want to experience your life, son. And I was all about that, you know. So no hotel, no motel or anything like that. My dad had big enough balls to be like, yo, let's sleep in our cars tonight. I'm like, I'm about that. Okay. Thank you for the coffee.
You're welcome.
In just a couple words, how was your first experience sleeping here tonight?
It was interesting. Yeah, it was a remarkable place for one thing, and just the excitement of it. You know, I had a little trouble sleeping, but I think you know, if I was to do it more,
yeah, get used to it.
Yeah, I'd be more prepared.
It's a beautiful view, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
It's good to wake up to.
It is. Great something to wake up to.
Right? We literally slept across the street. We're on PCH. It's one of my favorite spots to sleep, because you get to wake up to a cliff and the ocean. And basically we had a whole day in Los Angeles. So the first place I took him to was Venice Beach, and to get an egg slut sandwich. Made it to like the most iconic spot of Venice. Dad's taking pictures. Had to get Dad to try the egg slut. It's good?
Oh yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
That's the 10 as far as egg sandwiches go.
Nice. You trying to tack something up today?
Yeah, maybe.
See, after walking like the Venice beach boardwalk and whatnot, I was like, well, there's one huge touristy type thing that everybody wants to do when they go to LA, and it's to hike to the Hollywood sign. So we did that, and then we also went to Hollywood Boulevard to walk the street. Alright, next destination, of course, has to be the Hollywood sign. How you feeling so far?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty hot out here.
It is hot.
Ready to get there and get back.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? You tired?
Yeah, it was quite a hike up here. I did get a little winded, but I beat some high school students up here.
That's true. That's true. We passed up an entire group of high schoolers, so that says something. Hey Pops, what do you think of Hollywood Boulevard?
It's happening. It's happening.
See, Hugh Jackman might come here in a second. They got the red carpet rolled out at the Chinese theater. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Freaking, I'm proud of my dad for keeping up with me. I probably went a little too hard because I'm so used to just getting to the sign and getting back down as quick as possible. Y'all know I love my cardio, but my dad kept up with me. And that is, you know, after he just hiked Yosemite, and he's a lot older than me, like that, admirable, you know what I mean? But we needed to get cleaned up, and he was like, so what are we gonna do for a shower? And so I took him to Planet Fitness, of course. And then after we got cleaned up, you know, I was like, what's an epic way to like end in the day, you know what I mean? All right, so I came up with this idea for my dad and I to do this thing and go to a comedy show. I've never actually been to a comedy show. You haven't either, have you?
I don't think I have.
So, our YouTube buddy Trevor Wallace is actually, there he is right there. He's gonna be going on tonight. Also Theo Vaughn, so that'll be exciting to see them.
Hey, y'all been great. I'm King Bass.
So yeah, basically me and my dad went to our first comedy show, which was freaking epic. We got to sit right in the front. Yeah, and basically my dad left. I told him to hit some spots in San Diego before he went back home to Texas, and he did, and he loved it, just like I do, you know. So I'm happy he got to experience that. A couple days go by, and now I'm here in Santa Barbara. Not really sure where we're going from here, and that's an issue, you know. People say that you don't really have a life if you don't have goals and you're not taking the necessary steps to hit those goals. And you know, of course I've got goals. We've gone over that in videos and stuff, but I don't feel like they're good enough. Like I don't have like a detailed blueprint of what I should and shouldn't be doing, and I feel like that plays a part in why sometimes I get complacent and whatnot. I just know, and by the way, I'll work on that. But I just know that right this second, I don't feel like I belong anywhere, you know? I feel like Texas is, at least home, is like a bad idea as far as trying to stay sober and, you know, among other reasons and stuff. Although I would love to see family and friends, I just know that I can't stay there for any extended period of time. And, you know, I don't want to go back to Florida because, well, I mean, I do want to go back, but I just remember filming a previous video saying that I wasn't growing there, and sorry, I'm talking too much, and my camera overheated. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I'm just trying to figure out where I belong. But that's okay. You know, I'm still happy. Like I've been a lot happier lately, regardless of everything that I've been going through, you know. Still sober, you know, still trucking, I'm still alive, you know. I still have a lot more years to learn and grow and etc. A lot of people were asking about the merch. That's the best way to support me, and it's link in description. At the bottom of the video that you're watching right now, there's an arrow. You click it, or go to the home page of my YouTube channel, and it literally says merch right there. And then if that's too complicated for you, then just reach out to me on Instagram, and I can send it to you directly. I really enjoyed creating this video and being able to create documentation of my life in this way for us to reflect back on in the future. you know. So with that said, please like, subscribe, tell your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man about the channel. We out here trying to sell merch to people so I can live and eat food and stuff. So thank you for that. And thank you to everyone that's already gotten merch. I really appreciate it. Y'all are the real ones. And catch y'all on the next one. Actually, here in a couple days. Maybe. See, I was going to film a video about how much a driver makes in Santa Barbara, but now my motor is doing something weird. So, I don't know. Stay tuned. I don't know what's about to happen.